She said she needed a break to find herself, so I let her go, exposed the coworker affair, changed the locks, blocked her everywhere. And when she came back homeless a year later, I sent a grocery gift card and closed the door for good. I'm a hydraulic systems engineer. 32 years old. I design and troubleshoot pressurized equipment for manufacturing plants across the Midwest. It's not glamorous work, but it's solid. Reliable. You learn pretty quickly in my field that pressure reveals weaknesses. Systems either hold or they don't. I thought I understood that concept professionally. Turns out, it applies to relationships too. Her name was Heidi. 30 years old, worked in event coordination for convention centers in Tulsa. We'd been together 5 years. Met at one of those couples cooking classes, her idea, not mine, but I went along with it. Turned out we actually clicked. She was organized, social, knew how to work a room. I was the steady one. The planner. We balanced each other out. We moved in together after a year. Split the rent on a decent 2-bedroom in Midtown. Split the bills down the middle. Had our own friend group but also shared friends. We talked about marriage sometimes, vaguely, the way people do when they're comfortable but not in a rush. It wasn't fireworks and poetry. It was real life. Steady. Stable. I thought that was enough. Tuesday night, after dinner, she sat me down at our kitchen table. I knew something was coming. She'd been distant for a couple weeks. Quieter than usual. Spent more time on her phone. I need to talk to you about something, she said. I put my fork down. Waited. I've been feeling really lost lately, she continued. Her eyes were focused on the table, not on me. Like I don't know who I'm outside of us. Outside of this relationship. I didn't interrupt. Just listened. I think I need some space, she said. Time to figure out who I am. To find myself. There it was. Find herself. I'm not an idiot. I've heard that line before. Seen it play out with friends, coworkers, people in my life. Finding yourself usually means you've already found someone else and you're just testing the waters before you burn the bridge completely. But here's the thing, I didn't argue. Didn't beg. Didn't ask the desperate questions guys ask when they're panicking. Okay, I said. If that's what you need. She looked almost surprised. Maybe disappointed. Like she expected me to fight for her, to make some grand gesture, to prove I cared by falling apart. I wasn't going to give her that. Because men who pay attention don't need drama. They need proof. I'll stay at Bryn's for a while, she said. Bryn was her coworker, lived across town. Just until I figure things out. Take whatever time you need, I told her. She packed a bag that night. Toiletries, work clothes, her laptop. I didn't help her. Didn't make it harder. Just stayed in the living room while she moved through the apartment like a ghost. When she left, she hugged me at the door. Thank you for understanding, she whispered. I nodded. Watched her walk to her car. Watched her drive away. Then I closed the door and stood in the quiet apartment for a long time. Here's what I knew that she didn't. I wasn't going to chase her. Wasn't going to text her every day asking if she missed me. Wasn't going to show up at Bryn's place with flowers and apologies for things I didn't do wrong. I was going to watch. We still had Find My Friends linked. She'd set it up a year ago for safety when she traveled for work conventions. Never turned it off. Our credit card was still shared, split expenses like always. Her car insurance was on the policy I managed. She wanted space to figure herself out? Fine. I'd give her all the space in the world. And I'd pay very close attention to what she did with it. 3 days later, I'm sitting at my kitchen table with my laptop, checking our shared credit card statement. Just routine stuff, making sure everything's splitting correctly for next month's bill. That's when I see it. A charge from Monarch Lounge. Downtown. Upscale cocktail bar, the kind with $14 old fashions and exposed brick. Timestamp, 11:35 p.m. Thursday night. The same Thursday night Heidi texted me, staying in tonight. Journaling. Going to bed early. This is harder than I thought. I stare at the screen. Screenshot it. Save it to a folder. And I don't say a single word. I don't confront her. That's the first rule when you suspect something, don't tip your hand until you have everything. One screenshot isn't enough. One late night bar charge could be explained away. Oh, Bryn wanted to get out, or I needed to clear my head, or whatever story she'd spin. So I wait. And I watch. Over the next week, Heidi texts me a few times. Casual stuff. How are you doing? And this is harder than I thought and I miss our routine. Playing the role of someone genuinely soul-searching. Someone torn up about needing space. I respond. Keep it polite. I'm good. Work's busy. Short. Neutral. I don't engage deeply, don't ask when she's coming back, don't give her the satisfaction of knowing I'm sitting here waiting. Because I'm not waiting. I'm documenting. The credit card charges keep coming. Another bar, different neighborhood. A restaurant I've never heard of on the north side. Late dinners. Weekend brunches. Always places we never went together. Always on nights she texts me about staying in or having a quiet night. I screenshot every single one. Create a folder on my desktop. Label it with the date we went on break. Add each piece as it comes in. Then there's the location data. Find my friends is a beautiful thing when someone forgets they're being tracked. Tuesday night, around 9, my phone buzzes. Text from Heidi, staying in tonight. Watching movies. Need some alone time. I open Find My Friends. Her phone's at a condo complex on the east side of Tulsa. Not Bryn's apartment. Bryn lives west, near the convention center. I know because I've dropped Heidi off there a dozen times over the years. I zoom in on the map. Screenshot it. Add it to the folder. Still don't say anything. Thursday afternoon, she calls me. Actual phone call, not just a text. I almost don't answer, but curiosity wins. Hey, she says. Sounds tired. How's your week? Fine. Working on a project in Kansas City. You? Busy. Work's been crazy. She pauses. Oh, you know Preston? From my office? My hand tightens on the phone. Don't think so. He just got promoted to regional manager. Big deal. They're throwing him this whole celebration thing. She says it casually. Dismissively. Like he's just background noise. Some random coworker she barely knows. That's great for him, I say. Keep my voice neutral. We talk for another 5 minutes. Nothing important. She hangs up saying she misses me. I add Preston, regional manager, celebration to my notes. 2 weeks into the break, I'm at my buddy Troy's place watching a game. Troy and I go way back, college roommates, stood in each other's weddings, the kind of friend who'll tell you the truth even when it sucks. My phone buzzes. Text from Troy. This you? Below it, a photo. Taken at the Brass Tap, a brewery downtown. Crowded, people everywhere, typical Friday night scene. But there in the background, clear as day, Heidi. She's leaning against the bar, laughing. Next to her is a tall guy in a dark button-down, clean cut, looks like he works in sales or management. Her hand is on his arm. Not casual. Familiar. Troy's text comes through again, thought you guys were working things out? I stare at the photo for a long time. Then I text back, when was this taken? Like an hour ago. Want me to say something? No. Thanks for the heads up. I save the photo to the folder. That night, I go through everything. 3 weeks of evidence. Credit card charges that don't match her stories. Location data that puts her places she claims she's not. A name, Preston, dropped casually into conversation. And now a photo of her at a bar, hand on some guy's arm, looking nothing like someone finding herself. I've seen enough. I text her, we need to talk. Tomorrow night. 6 p.m. Your choice, come to the apartment or I'll come to Bryn's. She responds within 2 minutes, I'll come to you. Is everything okay? I don't respond. The next evening, she shows up right at 6. Knocks on the door like she doesn't live here anymore. I let her in. She looks concerned. Caring, even. Warren, hey. I've missed you. I don't smile. Don't hug her. Just gesture to the couch. Sit down. She does, and I can see the confusion on her face. Maybe a flicker of worry. I pull out my phone. Open the folder. Start with the first credit card charge. Monarch Lounge. Thursday, April 11th, 11:35 p.m. You texted me that night saying you were journaling and going to bed early. I swipe to the next screenshot. Amber and Rye. Saturday, April 13th, 10:15 p.m. You told me you were having a quiet night with Bryn. I keep going. Charge after charge. Location after location. The data doesn't lie. She tries to interrupt. Warren, I can explain. I'm not done. I show her the location data. Her phone at a condo complex she's never mentioned. Multiple nights. Late hours. Preston's just a friend from work, she starts. You're tracking me? That's controlling. I pull up the photo Troy sent. Her hand on his arm. Both of them laughing. The color drains from her face. That's not what it looks like. Then what is it? Silence. I wait. Let the evidence sit between us like a third person in the room. Finally, her face crumbles. Tears start. The truth comes out in broken pieces. Yes, she's been seeing Preston. Yes, it's physical. Yes, it started right after the break. Within days. She tries to justify it. We were on a break, Warren. I needed to explore. I didn't technically cheat while we were together. I stand up. Grab my keys from the counter. Look at her with a calmness I didn't know I had. You have 2 weeks to get your things out of this apartment. After that, the locks change. She stares at me. Shock, then panic. Warren, wait, we can talk about this. I'm already walking to the door. 2 weeks, Heidi. I open it. Stand there holding it. Waiting for her to leave. That's more than you deserve. I don't go back to the apartment that night. I grab a bag, drive to Troy's place. He doesn't ask questions when I show up at his door at 8 p.m. Just hands me a beer and points to the couch. Stay as long as you need. I don't sleep much. But by 7 the next morning, I'm making calls. First call, locksmith. Can you change locks on a 2-bedroom apartment? How soon? He says he can do it in 2 weeks. I tell him that works. Book it. Second call, landlord. The lease is in both our names, but Heidi hasn't paid her half of rent in 2 months. I've been covering it. I have the bank statements to prove it. He says he'll start the paperwork to remove her from the lease. Says it'll take a few weeks but shouldn't be a problem given the circumstances. I don't tell Heidi about any of this. Over the next 48 hours, I move like I'm executing a project plan. Because that's what this is, a project. Remove one person from a shared life. Minimize damage. Maximize efficiency. Netflix, password changed. She's off the account. Hulu, changed. HBO Max, changed. Spotify, changed. She was on all of them. Not anymore. Phone plan, I call the carrier. She's been on my family plan for 3 years. Saves her $40 a month. I remove her line. Takes 10 minutes. The representative asks if I'm sure. I'm sure. Then I block her number. All her contact info, deleted. Blocked. Social media is next. I go through every platform. Facebook, unfriend, block. Instagram, unfollow, block. Twitter, unfollow, block. I don't make any posts about it. Don't change my relationship status publicly. Don't announce anything. Just quietly erase her from my digital life. She'll figure it out when she tries to log into Netflix and can't. When her phone service cuts off. When she tries to call and gets nothing. 2 weeks is generous. I meant what I said. The locks change on a Thursday. Exactly 14 days after I told her to get out. The locksmith shows up at 9 a.m. Takes him an hour. I tip him well. I pack up the rest of Heidi's things. 3 boxes. Clothes she left behind. Her books. Some pictures. The coffee maker she bought. I don't keep anything that's hers. Don't want the reminders. I take the boxes down to the building manager's office. Leave them with a note, Heidi's belongings. She has until Friday to pick them up or they're getting donated. She comes Thursday night. I'm not there, I'm at Troy's watching from his Ring camera. Troy lives right across the hall, has a view of my door. We watch together on his phone. She pulls up around 7. Gets out of her car. Walks to the door. She's crying, I can tell even through the grainy camera footage. She tries her key first. Doesn't work. She tries it again, like maybe she put it in wrong. Still doesn't work. She stands there for a minute. Then she calls the building manager. He comes up, hands her the 3 boxes. She takes them. Carries them to her car. Makes 2 trips. She never knocks on my door. Never calls out my name. Maybe she knows it wouldn't matter. After she's gone, Troy looks at me. You good? Yeah. And I am. Over the next few weeks, Heidi tries to reach me. Texts from numbers I don't recognize. Emails. Instagram DMs from burner accounts. Each message some variation of can we talk or I made a mistake or please just hear me out. I don't respond to any of them. Not once. Troy asks me one night if I want to respond. Just to get closure. Tell her off, maybe. Nothing to say, I tell him. She made her choice. I start rebuilding. Work becomes my focus. There's a hydraulic system redesign project for a plant in Kansas City I've been putting off. I dive into it. Stay late at the office. The distraction is good. I start going to the gym. Every morning, 5:30 a.m. Not because I'm trying to win the breakup or prove something. I just realize I'd let myself slip over the past couple years. Stopped prioritizing my health. Stopped doing things for me. I reconnect with my brother Caleb. He lives 2 hours north, and we drifted apart over the years. I call him up, ask if he wants to go fishing. He sounds surprised but says yes. We make it a monthly thing. First Saturday of every month, we drive out to a lake, spend the day on the water. Don't talk about Heidi much. Just brothers spending time together. 3 months in, I sign a lease on a new apartment. Smaller. Cheaper. Closer to work. No memories attached to it. I get rid of the old furniture. The couch we picked out together. The coffee table she loved. The artwork she hung. I sell it, donate it, trash it. Then I buy new stuff. My style. My choices. Fresh start. Through the grapevine, I hear things. Troy mentions in passing that he heard Heidi and Preston's thing fizzled out. Apparently Preston wasn't looking for anything serious. Just a fling. She's back living with Bryn, Troy says. A few weeks later, he mentions Bryn posted something cryptic on Facebook about choosing better roommates and people who take advantage. I don't ask for details. Don't care to know more. My life is getting better. Hers isn't. That's not my problem. 6 months pass. I get promoted at work. Managing projects across 3 states now. 22% raise. My boss says I've been really focused lately. I thank him. I'm in the best physical shape of my adult life. Down 15 pounds. Running 3 miles without stopping. Feel stronger than I have in years. I go on a couple dates. Nothing serious. A woman named Colette from my gym asks me out. We see each other for about 6 weeks before we both agree we're better as friends. No drama. No hard feelings. It's refreshing. Saturday morning, I'm at a coffee shop near my new apartment. Standing in line, waiting to order, when I hear my name. Warren? I turn. It's Daphne. Mutual friend from the old social circle. Heidi and I used to see her at parties, dinners, group hangouts. Hey, Daphne. She looks uncomfortable. Shifts her weight. Glances around like she's not sure she should be talking to me. I don't know if I should tell you this, she says quietly. But Heidi lost her job. I don't react. Just wait. And I think. Daphne hesitates. I think she's not doing well. I appreciate you telling me, I say to Daphne. Keep my voice neutral. But I'm not really in a position to help. She nods quickly. Like she expected that answer. I know. I just thought you should know. We make small talk for another minute. Then I grab my coffee and leave. Walking back to my apartment, I think about what Daphne said. Heidi lost her job. She's not doing well. And I feel nothing. Not satisfaction that karma caught up to her. Not pity that she's struggling. Just nothing. Like hearing about a stranger's problems. It doesn't touch me. She's not my problem anymore. The year after the breakup turns out to be the best year of my life. The promotion comes with a 22% raise. My boss puts me in charge of projects across 3 states, Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri. More responsibility, more travel, more money. I'm good at my job. Always have been. But now I'm focused in a way I wasn't before. No distractions. I take a solo trip to Colorado in August. Something I'd always wanted to do but Heidi thought was boring. Just mountains and hiking, she used to say. We should go somewhere with nightlife. I spend a week in Rocky Mountain National Park. Hike 14 miles in one day. Camp under stars so clear they don't look real. Sit by a lake at sunrise with nobody around for miles. Best vacation of my life. I learned to cook. Actually cook, not just grill burgers or heat up frozen meals. Buy a cast iron skillet. Watch YouTube videos. Make my own marinara from scratch. It's satisfying in a way I didn't expect, building something with my hands that isn't pressurized steel. I take a welding class at the community college. Just for fun. Always thought it was interesting. Turns out I'm decent at it. I buy a used motorcycle. A Yamaha Cruiser, 10 years old but well maintained. Spend weekends riding through the countryside. Wind in my face. No destination. Just riding. I date a little. Nothing serious. Colette from my gym asks me out in September. She's 34, works in physical therapy, has her life together. We go out a few times. Dinner. A movie. Another dinner. It's nice. Easy. After about 6 weeks, we're having coffee and she says, I like you, Warren. But I don't think this is going anywhere romantic. I was thinking the same thing, I tell her. We laugh. Shake hands. She says we should stay gym friends. We do. No drama. No hard feelings. No game playing. It's refreshing how simple things are when people are just honest. Through the social circle grapevine, I hear more about Heidi. I don't go looking for information, but people talk. Troy tells me Preston dumped her after about 2 months. Guess he wasn't looking for commitment, Troy says, trying to sound casual. Waiting to see if I'll react. I don't. Daphne mentions at another coffee run-in that Heidi got laid off from the convention center. Budget cuts, she says. Then adds, but honestly, I think the whole office affair thing made it awkward. People knew. Another friend, guy named Boyd from our old trivia night group, tells me Heidi's been couch surfing. Heard she's staying with different people. Bryn kicked her out after she couldn't pay rent. I nod. File the information away. Feel nothing. It's not that I'm celebrating her downfall. I'm not sitting here feeling vindicated or superior. I just genuinely don't care. Her life isn't my concern anymore. Her choices aren't my burden. She gambled on something exciting. It didn't work out. That's not my problem to solve. 8 months after the breakup, Caleb and I are on one of our monthly fishing trips. We're sitting on a dock, lines in the water, beers in hand. Sun's starting to set. You ever wonder how she's doing? Caleb asks. I bait my hook. Cast the line. Watch it arc through the air and land with a soft splash. Nope. Caleb's quiet for a minute. Then he says, you seem really solid, man. Best I've seen you in years. I think about that. Solid. Yeah. That's the word. I'm not just over Heidi. I'm past her. Past that version of myself that tolerated less than I deserved. Past the relationship that was comfortable but never quite right. I'm genuinely better now. Better shape. Better job. Better mindset. Better life. Thanks, I tell Caleb. I feel good. And I do. The months keep rolling. Fall turns to winter. I spend Thanksgiving with my family. Christmas with Caleb and his wife. New Year's alone in my apartment, perfectly content. Work gets busier. I spend a week in January doing an assessment at a plant outside Kansas City. Come back, write the report, send recommendations. My boss is impressed. Says he's putting me up for another promotion. I turn 33 in February. Troy throws a small party at his place. 10 people, pizza, beer, a hockey game on TV. Nobody mentions Heidi. It's not even an unspoken thing, she's just not part of my life anymore. Not worth bringing up. 11 months after the breakup, I'm in Dallas for a work conference. 3 days of presentations, networking, vendor meetings. I'm standing in a hotel ballroom, talking to a project manager from a plant in Austin, swapping stories about problematic valve systems. My phone buzzes. Text from my mom, proud of you, honey. You've really come into your own this year. I smile. Text back a thanks. The conference ends Sunday afternoon. I drive back to Tulsa. Get home around 6 p.m. My new apartment is quiet. Clean. Mine. I drop my bag by the door. Grab a beer from the fridge. Start unpacking. My phone rings. Unknown number. I almost don't answer. Spam calls are constant these days. But something makes me pick up. Hello? For a second, there's just breathing. Then crying. Then a voice I haven't heard in a year. Broken. Desperate. Barely holding together. Warren. It's me. My brain doesn't process it for a second. Then it hits. Heidi. A full year of silence. Not a word. Not a text. Not a single attempt to reach me through friends or random numbers or emails. And now this. She's crying. Not pretty crying. Desperate, gasping sobs. The kind where you can barely breathe between words. Warren. Please. Please don't hang up. I stand in my kitchen. Beer still in my other hand. Looking at my life. My apartment. My motorcycle keys on the counter. The trip photos from Colorado on the wall. I should hang up. But I don't. I know I don't deserve to call you, she says between sobs. I know I don't have any right. But I have nobody else. Nobody, Warren. The words pour out. Fast. Frantic. She's homeless. Been sleeping in her car for almost a month. Lost her job back in November, convention center laid her off. She's been applying everywhere. Can't find anything. References are bad. Gap in her resume raises questions. She burned through everyone. Bryn kicked her out 6 months ago. Another friend let her crash on a couch for a while, but she couldn't pay anything and overstayed her welcome. Her mom's 3 states away, dealing with her own financial problems, can't help. No savings left. Maxed out her credit card months ago just buying food. She tried. She really tried, she says. But everything fell apart. Preston left her right when she needed someone most. The job disappeared. The friends stopped answering. She has nothing. No money. No place to sleep tonight. No food. Then she says it. Voice small. Broken. Barely a whisper. Warren. Can I come home? I close my eyes. Home. She's asking about a place that doesn't exist anymore. A life that ended the day she asked for space so she could see what Preston had to offer. A version of me that would have said yes just to avoid watching someone suffer. That version is gone. I take a breath. When I speak, my voice is calm. Not angry. Not emotional. Just certain. Heidi. The relationship ended the day you chose him. I'm not a backup plan. I'm not a safety net. I'm not the insurance policy you cash in when your gamble fails. I'll send you a $50 grocery gift card to your email. That's it. No meeting. No conversation. No reopening doors. I hang up. Don't wait for her response. Don't give her a chance to beg or argue or try to guilt me into more. Just end the call. I set my phone down on the counter. Stare at it for a moment. Then I grab my laptop. Takes me 3 minutes to find a grocery store chain website. National chain, lots of locations. I purchase a $50 digital gift card. Type in Heidi's email address, the one I'd blocked a year ago but never forgot. There's a field for a message. I leave it blank. Just the redemption code. Nothing else. I hit send. My email pings immediately. Your gift has been delivered. I close the laptop. Pick up my phone. Block the unknown number she called from. Then I go into my email settings and block her address. Should have done it a year ago. Doesn't matter. It's done now. I sit on my couch. The apartment is quiet. Just the hum of the refrigerator. The distant sound of traffic outside. I don't feel triumphant. Don't feel like I won something. Don't feel cruel or vindictive. I just feel complete. Like closing a book and putting it back on the shelf where it belongs. Done. Finished. Over. I pick up my beer. Take a sip. It's gone warm, but I drink it anyway. 20 minutes pass. My phone buzzes. Email notification. Your gift card has been redeemed. I read it once. The timestamp shows it was used 17 minutes after I sent it. Some grocery store in South Tulsa. I delete the email. Sit there for another minute. Then I get up. Make myself dinner. Leftover chicken and rice I meal prepped earlier in the week. Heat it up. Eat at my kitchen table while scrolling through news on my phone. After dinner, I watch a movie. Some action thing on Netflix. Don't really pay attention. Just background noise. Around 11, I brush my teeth. Get ready for bed. Slide under the covers in my room. My apartment. My life. And I sleep better than I have in 2 years. Monday morning, I wake up at 5:30. Like always. Hit the gym. 30 minutes of cardio. 45 minutes of weights. Shower. Drive to work. It's a normal day. The world kept turning. I kept turning with it. Heidi never calls back. Never emails. Never texts from another random number. Never reaches out through mutual friends. The gift card was redeemed. The door was closed. Some people know when it's truly over. A week later, Troy asks me to grab a beer after work. We end up at a sports bar near his place. Thunder game on the big screens. Wings and beer. Halfway through the second quarter, Troy looks at me. You seem different lately. Yeah? Good different, he says. Like you're actually. I don't know. Present. I take a sip of my beer. Think about that. I feel different, I tell him. And I do. It's not dramatic. No lightning bolt moment of clarity. Just a slow realization over the past year that I'd been carrying weight I didn't need to carry. Heidi was never my responsibility. Her choices were never my burden. Her collapse was never my fault. I gave 5 years to building something with her. She took a wrecking ball to it in a matter of weeks. That's on her. Not me. 2 months after the phone call, I meet someone. Her name's Ingrid. Structural engineer. We're at the same work conference in Oklahoma City, different companies, similar industries. End up sitting next to each other during a presentation on material stress analysis. Start talking. Exchange numbers. We go to dinner the next week. Italian place downtown. She's straightforward. Funny. Doesn't play games. Tells me she got out of a relationship 8 months ago, isn't looking to rush into anything serious. That works for me, I say. We keep it casual. Dinner once a week. A movie. A concert. It's healthy. Easy. She doesn't ask me a million questions about my past. I don't interrogate hers. We're just two people spending time together. Building something at a natural pace. I'm not comparing her to Heidi. Not measuring this against that. It's just good. 6 months after the phone call, Caleb drives down for a visit. We take my motorcycle out for a long ride through the countryside. Stop at a small diner outside Stillwater for lunch. You know, Caleb says, working through a burger, you seem like yourself again. What do you mean? The version of you from before Heidi. Maybe better, actually. I think about that while I eat my fries. He's right. I didn't just get over Heidi. I grew past her. Past the version of myself that stayed in something that was comfortable but never quite right. Past the guy who tolerated someone who didn't value what we had. I think about that $50 gift card sometimes. Not with regret. With perspective. It was the last thread. The final gesture that said, I'm not heartless, but I'm not yours. $50 was enough to buy food for a few days. Maybe give her a moment to breathe. But it wasn't enough to rescue her from the consequences of her choices. And that was exactly the point. I couldn't save her from herself. Wasn't my job to try. 1 year after the phone call, 2 years after the breakup, my life is unrecognizable. I'm managing projects across 5 states now. Another promotion came through in March. My boss says I'm being considered for a director position next year. I'm in the best shape of my life. Running 5 miles without stopping. Deadlifting more than I ever could in my 20s. I own my motorcycle outright. Paid it off in 18 months. Ingrid's met my family. No pressure. No talks about moving in or getting engaged. Just natural progression. We're taking a trip to Alaska in August. Salmon fishing with Caleb. I never see Heidi again. Don't run into her at a grocery store. Don't see her at a mutual friend's party. Don't cross paths anywhere. I don't know if she got back on her feet. Don't know if she's still struggling. Don't wonder about it at night. Don't check social media through friends. She exited my story. I let her stay gone. One evening in late spring, I'm sitting on my balcony. Beer in hand. Watching the sunset paint the sky orange and pink. I think about the past 2 years. The break. The betrayal. The evidence. The clean exit. The year of silence. The desperate phone call. The gift card. The closure. And I realize something. Some people think letting go means you didn't care enough. That if you really loved someone, you'd always leave the door open. Always give second chances. Always be there when they fall. But sometimes, letting go means you finally cared about yourself more. I don't hate Heidi. Don't wish her harm. Don't hope she suffers. I just don't think about her. She's a chapter in a book I finished reading. The story moved on. I moved on. For 5 years, I built a life with her. Shared rent. Shared friends. Shared plans. She asked for a break to find herself. I didn't beg. I watched. Within weeks, the clues stacked up. When I confronted her, she admitted it. Coworker. Physical. Almost immediately after the break. That was the moment she lost me. I ended it clean. 2 weeks to move out. Locks changed. Passwords reset. Number blocked. Social media erased. I removed access. Months passed. I rebuilt. Her thrilling new beginning collapsed. The coworker dumped her. The job vanished. The apartment disappeared. A year later, she called. Crying. Homeless. Asking to come home. I told her the truth. The relationship ended the day she chose him. I'm not a backup plan. I'm not a safety net. I'm not the insurance policy you cash in when your gamble fails. I sent her a grocery gift card. $50. No conversation. No reopening doors. She redeemed it. I closed the door for good. Some lessons cost 5 years. Some cost everything. Heidi's lesson cost her stability, security, and a man who would have built a life with her. My lesson cost me 5 years and some pride. But I got something in return, the knowledge that I'm not a fallback option. That my loyalty isn't infinite when it's not reciprocated. That some bridges need to burn so you stop walking back across them. The sun finishes setting. The sky goes dark. I finish my beer. Head inside. Lock the balcony door. Get ready for bed. And I sleep better than I ever have. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.